up a chair and have a seat at the round table. You're looking at my Technomancer playing part 2 here. This is I've been jumping around a little bit. This is kind of the very beginning of the game where you get off the train with your mentor. Fought a couple guys, and I just wanted to kind of show you, some stuff here in the game here while I'm playing this stuff. So maybe I can go and stealthily get this guy and sneak up on him. And I kind of messed that up. That's okay. It happens. That should know.
We encroach our destination. Take note that enemy forces lie in wait. There, the rocky outcrop. Scale it and report back your findings.
One of the things that I have been mostly impressed with this game as I've been playing it, and definitely is, outside of goofball IGN's stupid review that they put out, because obviously they don't know a good game when it bite them on the ass. Probably because Spiders didn't pay for any advertisement or give them actually a review copy of the game on consoles. And I found out later that IGN, the person who reviewed it on IGN, actually had to go out and physically buy it themselves. So of course they're going to throw it under the bus. But anyway, I want to show you some interesting things about the game this very beginning. I think the animation speaks for itself, as I said in the first one. I noticed today when you go into stealth, if you're moving along, he looks like this. It's kind of a medium pace speed. But if you go slowly, it's interesting how he kind of swings his hands back and forth. Like there's just subtle stuff about the game like that that's interesting when it comes to gameplay. I know earlier I was showing you there is an auto pause, and I was kind of showing you how really incredible the animation is when it comes to this game. If I can get a good pause here, I mean, just watch how amazing this animation is. It's so well motion captured. I still, playing as a staff user outside of the other two forms, which are fun to use, the staff is just by far just a blast. And I love that animation. It's just so well animated, and I give them a lot of kudos, for being able to pull this one off. So, and it's great, being able to be able to, finally be able to play this game after I followed it for a little bit, and it is excellent. You could kill them for the serum. I've been keeping them pretty much alive, trying to play more or less a good character and keeping my karma up. What I've played on my other save, though, however, is, I failed an objective mission where I had to find these traitors, and that was interesting because the captain was upset with me, and there's a lot of interaction and things that goes on with your companions, and it's just nice. It's very reminiscent, as I said earlier, of Mass Effect, which is one of my favorite game series. And let me do this observation here. And again, Technomancer is kind of crazy, because I saw that there was a lot of broadcasts on the PS4 already. A whole lot of people, I guess, have picked it up, and I had 8 to 9 views already on my first video. Cool, I gained a level, and I'm just showing you the early stages of the game. Just kind of showing you how it kind of works, the animation, the fighting, the combat. This is part where I can actually level up, my character. I have some new equipment that I can, put on. Let's see what we've got here. Kind of gives you some stats, what it does. Increases your damage, but it drops your resistance disruption and things like that. It's actually better to pretty much upgrade this stuff here down the road here, in the very early stages. Skill tree wise, since I love the staff, it's the first thing I really devote to. I think it's great the way they set up the skill trees. There's so many different skill trees, 4 different ones to choose from. You can devote to one or all. I don't know if you'll be able to get enough levels to get every single skill unlocked, but I'm upgrading the fast attack. What's cool about this is if you level up again and get another point, I can upgrade my skill even further. As you see, it says select your upgrade. Increase the chance of critical hit for fast attacks by 5%, or increase disrupting effect of fast attacks, which is what I usually pick. Being able to disrupt people is being able to get through their, basically attacking them while they are attacking you. There is the other stances. There is the shield stance. As you see here with the fighting, shield kind of, ejects out. There is, your basic swings, a shield attack, and it's actually the only one that allows you to block. And if you block right before the hit, you can actually parry and counter. And of course, there is the gun. This is the gun in blade. You can poison people with the blade and fire at people from range, which is nice. Of course, I picked the staff. It's still just a fun thing to fight. Although the staff is, you have to pretty much stay mobile and dodge a whole lot and make sure you're using your disruption kick thing.
Gathered at the dome's entrance. A lot of them, but they're not equipped to be more than a nuisance.
Take care nonetheless, Zachariah. That guard there, separated from his group. Sneak on him and the battle will be easily won.
So, when I was talking about that, you can kick people, which actually, staggers them. And again, it's really well animated, too, like the kick and stuff is, it's just well animated. Like, generally speaking, like as I was saying, this incredible, motion capture that this game company really fighters really did such a great job with that, and you feel very empowered. Got that guy. Now these knife guys suck because they are faster than you, even with your staff. And the best thing to do is to use your that kick there to keep them off guard. Because believe me, I have gotten my butt handed to me, by these guys. So like I said, but that staff is awesome. It's like almost Darth Maulish, which everybody loves that character from Star Wars Phantom Menace. It's probably the only good thing about the entire Phantom Menace. And unfortunately his screen time is short, but here I'm just searching for items and whatnot. The game is very big and vast. I was saying this earlier when I was playing it, but I mean the scope of the game is amazing. At some point in the game you actually will get, and I haven't got to that point yet, but you will get a Land Rover. I don't know if it's just a fast travel system or it's something you can control yourself, but you get to roll around on Mars. I mean the world, like I said, the game world, if I show you the map, I think I did it earlier, but look, I mean the world map, it's pretty daggone big. It's a pretty large expanse of area. And then of course your regular map, is again large, and some of the city areas are just incredible. Let's see here. So they're coming up here. I watch this guy. These guys just use their fists more or less, so they're not too bad of a threat, Kick her again, and we took care of them. We dispatched them like nothing. Like I said, I love that. It's just the hits. When you hit stuff in this game with your melee weapons, they just hit with a thickness and a thud, and it's very, very pleasing to do the melee combat in here. It's reminiscent of The Witcher. I keep telling people. I was telling a good friend of mine, Posthuman guy, on the Unpaid Gamers there. I told him how it was basically like Mass Effect combined with the combat of The Witcher, and it has that kind of vibe, and it's very, very cool that that Spiders, and they were influenced by those games, and you can tell when you're playing. And we'll sneak up on this guy. Oh, too late. Oh, I got him anyway. Dodge. gotta use that kick maneuver just to keep them stunned. I mean, really, it is the only way to really use the staff effectively. And you're down as it goes. Like I said, this game is amazing, really. I mean, the reviews, I can't believe that IGN gave it a 4.5. It's like, what game are you playing? They didn't even really talk anything about the crafting system, which I'll show you here shortly. There's a part coming up where I'm going to be able to craft. I mean, look at this. This is just a beautiful, skybox with the sun. There is day, evening, and night cycles. There's a whole cycle of different things. Different people in the city. There's less people at night. It's more dangerous. It's kind of interesting that depending on where you're at, where you go. And this is just beautiful. The skyline there is gorgeous. And I should get a pair of goggles here. This loot's always the same. So let me go in here and I will equip my goggles, which will give me a little bit of a boost there. And I do have some new stuff here, but I'm not going to wear any of it. I'm going to keep that so I can actually like what do you call it? Like recycle it, and I'll be able to get some stuff for it. There's a guy down here with a gun, and it's just horrible to fight. The guys with guns in the game, they can kick you and stuff, and beat you away and shoot you from far range. But the thing is that nobody's using like real, I guess they're like nail guns, or there's some kind of like, they're not, so you can dodge them. Whoops. Gotcha. And very similar to Dark Souls, as each hit, you generate more damage. I'm already gained another level, and so that's good. Got some stuff there. Can't be bad. And okay, we've been spotted, so we're gonna let these guys come up here. You got it. These knife guys is just horrible. You gotta hit them with this, with your kick. There's no other way. What I like about that kick is, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, what's nice about it is you can it also does a little bit of damage to keep your damage ratio up, and that's really nice. I think that's great that they did that. I got some more stuff there. Nothing there. But here's where you can go and craft some stuff. And let me show you how this works. So you go to your crafting table, and the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. Some people I've seen have been saving it until they get some more people in their party, and but I go ahead and do this. It's so I can get some materials so I can do some crafting. And let's see, I don't know if I got any extra boots. No, so we're good there. And the first thing I do is go to my staff and upgrade it. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of the upgrade. Here's the staff. It's very basic. Let's go to the upper tip. Damage upgrade kind of shows you like where the damage is, where it's 20, like this is 23 plus 1. I usually use disruption, and disruption is, like I said, it disrupts the enemy so that you can keep attacking even through their attacks. And it's almost good just to give to disruption, especially early on, because you always end up fighting not just one or two guys. You fight multiple people, and to be able to get past them and quickly is very, very important. Get past their attacks. So I'll do that, and you can go back on this tip. Let's see here. I do the same thing. 2 disruptions. Get those pointed ones going, and then in the center, I do a damage upgrade, which gives me a different look. So now there's what my staff looks like now. It's totally changed. So then I can go into the torso here. I'm going to try to see if I got enough to upgrade it. I can upgrade the physical damage. As you can see here, it adds these guards. So let's do that. And then do the arms. And again, physical damage. And just upgrade that. You can do disruption resistance, which is kind of nice if you have the thing, because that way people can't really disrupt you. But I always do the damage reduction, because believe me, the enemies in here, wow, they will mess you up. And what's funny here is, let's see here. So I've done that, and let me see if I can do anything on my pants. which I can. Physical reduction, there you go. So I've already upgraded my character, and he's got a better staff now. His armor looks different, and some of the stuff you'll be able to do is pretty amazing. See, my staff is, you know, completely different looking now. You know, as you can see here with the staff, and even, I mean, you can see all the changes I made, you know, in this little slow-mo, you know, showing you the spin attack again with that amazing, you know, animation that this game has. And we're going to go over here and try to dispatch these guys. I mean, the game is amazing. It really is. It's just a blast. And, you know, it's a fun game. Okay, well, he spotted either me or... Dodge out of the way of that guy. If I can, try to lure him. Hit him with some lightning. Kick him. That guy's shooting me, and that sucks because he will do that shit. Let me pause it. I want to see if I got any health, and go ahead and put the health there, and I want to put my lightning on there, and there we go. I gotta heal. So that's the problem with the gun guys. It's really a pain in the ass, you know, dealing with them, because they will shoot the hell out of you, and you basically just gotta kick them. And be able to kick. You got to basically kick, two-hit, kick. It's the only way, because if they hit you, they will knock you back and take a couple free shots at you, and it sucks. Alright, got him. And I did level up, so let's go back in here and check out my skills. One of the things that I do, again, real early on is this right here. If you upgrade your disrupting attack, 20% chance of knocking the opponent over. I mean, you hit them and they go down on the ground, and you get a lot of free attacks that way. And that's the first thing I'm going to do is get that right there. And so that's going to help me down. Again, all the stuff to do early on. And the game's loot system. Another thing I like too is you'll see here in a little bit I'll be fighting creatures, and the creatures you can actually skin, and it's kind of cool because you can get. You can skin them and gain, like, you know, different components and stuff for crafting as well. So it's kind of nice the way that they set the game up here, and that's a lockpick thing. It's level 3. I'm assuming at some point, since you don't have that, you're going to be able to come back to this point and be able to lockpick that and get in there. Here's another cutscene. These guys are really not that big of a deal. They're pretty much one hit kills. They can't take hardly any damage, and even the numbers are not bad. Now you're going to see me be able to hit the square button. You skin them, and there you go. I got poor quality leather and serum. And serum is a type of currency that they get from, I guess, the brainstem or the brain. Like in the intro cutscene where you see these guys drilling into another guy's head, that's what they're taking, is the serum. And I'm just trying to get that, and that's always good. And we'll continue on.
Think about the future. How hard it will become as the ASC rises.
Again, the beautiful skybox. I mean, just a wonderfully designed game. Like they really did do an outstanding job on the game. I mean, generally speaking.
It is the same as that in
another cutscene.
Accessible only to the combined energies of 2 Technomancers.
This is the archive, and where they store all these books. And this is really, again, one of these impressive, like, set piece environments. I mean, this place is huge. I mean, it's just amazing. And again, I can't sing the praise enough on the lighting in this game. The lighting is absolutely amazing. You know, they just really nailed it. You know, and the engine they're using is just incredible. Now that bigger bug will shoot acid at you and poison you, so he's about a 3-hitter.
Creatures do not belong here. The very presence
Took care of them.
the relics. We must seek out their origin.
I do recommend, because there are some parts in this game where the combat, it's rough fighting multiple people, even with your party members, and I recommend playing the game on easy, because, and believe me, even on easy on my other save, I've died like 7 times. It's like, it's tough even on easy. If you get to this part, make sure you run. That lighting is amazing. Run over here. There'll be something over here you can search and get some things. Poor quality leather. And look at that lighting. That's incredible. And that's just amazing. Just the way that looks. It's. I mean, they basically even said on the IGN review and some other reviews that the graphics were just horrible. I was like, what's horrible? Like, define that. What's horrible? Got some stuff out of that case. I mean, because I'd like to know. The music is really great too. It's just subtle. Different areas have different sounds. Let's see here. Get rid of that guy. And scan him real quick. And I like the fact that this scene uses a lot of organs and different things like that. Now, if you haven't played the game, coming up is going to be basically a spoiler. So spoiler alert for you guys. If you don't want to watch this part, don't. But this is going to basically explain the Technomancers. And this is a big secret. And this is one of the reasons your character is here at the very beginning. To know what you're all about. It's an unskippable cutscene. Most scenes are skippable, but this one is not.
Witness registration, March 17th, 2076. Subject 12. The subject appears acclimatized, pulse elevated but steady, unaffected by any visible health concerns. James, how do you feel?
Great. So alive. My heart's racing, man. I feel like I take on the world. And I'm being honest here, it's a bit overwhelming.
Subject self-report is consistent and substantiated with our measurements of him and other subjects, all of whom produce EEGs indicating activity levels acutely higher than any ever associated with a human not subjected to the mutation. The only adverse side effect, it appears, is a near 10-fold increase in corporeal and cerebral electricity. Dangerous levels that will necessitate the urgent invention of a device capable of evacuating such surpluses in order to avoid subject injury.
This man talking about technomancy, about mutations, as if I can't believe.
And yet it still might be so. This recording dates to the first settlers. Speaks of the first Technomancers. Shocking, perhaps. Where did you think our abilities came from? A divine power?
I don't, but we have no physical signs of mutation, and I don't know any mutant that has our gifts.
And why should any of those things matter? Might not our mutation simply be of a different form? This brings us to the most important point. What you have seen unifies us. Unifies the Technomancers. This secret must be kept from all other humans. If this information was discovered by, say, the ASC, we would become nothing but slaves. Our situation is already incredibly undesirable. We are not only isolated, but used as human bombs. Take a walk by the mutant pen in the slums one day. That is what our lives could have been. Don't be dismayed. I have been through this as well. So have all the other Technomancer officers in abundance. Knowledge of this revelation makes you one of us now. More so than your skills. But now is time to deal with the creatures infesting the dome. It would be a real shame if the installations here are damaged. We will no longer be able to hold initiation trials here.
Yes, of course, Master. I haven't found an opening yet, so they must have breached lower in the dome.
Then that's where we must go. I will divert the attention.
Basically, you find out that the mutants on Mars 200 years ago, they're essentially They're essentially slaves. That's what they are. And the problem is that since they're basically slaves and they're looked upon as like the outcasts, you come to find out that the Technomancers are mutants too. They just don't have like outward signs of mutation. And if they did know about that, they would be destroyed. They would be they would be turned into slaves by the different corporations and conglomerates, and that would be that. There would be nothing nothing that they could do about it. There's not that many Technomancers. Consider this, like the Technomancers in many ways are like the Jedi Order from Star Wars in this universe. There's only so many of them, and they are the most powerful and the elite of warriors, and they are a religious sect at this point, and are considered wizards. And it's interesting that they did do that. Here comes, I gotta fight these things. Watch out for the acid spitter. Now that he's gone. So you see, it's all directional based style combat. You can attack everything. Go ahead and do this real quick. And then I gotta level my character up again. Again, it's nice to be able to level up your guys. I can't use that heavy assault rifle. Because we're a warrior class, and now I'm going to increase my health and constitution, and go back over here. Must have some new stuff. Worker shoes, no big deal there. And go over to my skill tree, and this time I'm going to give up to electric arcs, and I can do that. And my next point, I can either shoot out 3 arcs or ricochet into a nearby enemy. So go ahead and do that. And go in here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle this right here and get some stuff for it, and this as well. So there we go. By the time you reach the end of this area, and down there where I'm looking right there is a boss battle. You're going to fight this. You're going to find out what's making all these creatures, essentially. And yeah, it's frickin' ginormous. Oh, watch that thing. There we go. Yeah, no, I need to go back and actually like scan all these things, and I'm very happy they did add this feature in the game for the creatures, because like you fought a lot of creatures in Bound by Flame, and you couldn't do any of that. You would collect things sometimes, but it wasn't like where you actually physically interact with the creature. There's a box up here you want to get. There you go. Take that and run around here and just pretty much go back the way you came. And you gotta drop down and get to this area where you're gonna have to fight this boss. So go ahead and get these guys here and get some items from them. Yeah, no big deal there. Let's just go ahead and continue. No biggie, there'll be other creatures. Drop down here, you gotta fight these guys. Get rid of that guy first. And that's all she wrote. And you do regenerate your health outside of combat, just to let you know. Let's see here. There's a bunch of little creatures down here you're going to have to take care of course, obviously. This game also has where you can make traps. I don't use them, but it's very similar to Bound by Flame, where you can put traps down and set up stuff, which is... And like I said, you should be at level 5. That is correct. If you kill everything and explore those little areas, like I said, you'll be level 5 by the time that you leave this area, which is good. And you've got another level coming up, and I also was able to get another perk. I usually take the charisma perk, or sometimes the lock picking, because you can pick locks, level 1 locks, and you get a lot of cool loot out of there. But it's kind of like nice to also do charisma when you have to talk to people, but I go ahead and do lockpicking because, you know, you'll need that definitely early on. Oh, let me do this. And I got a skill point in this as well. So what I'm going to do, let's see here, is you can actually upgrade. I can upgrade my this, which is knocking opponent over, disrupting attack, or go ahead and do upgraded area attack, which is nice because it will do more damage. But I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this, and increases the disrupting effect of fast attacks. So go ahead and do that. And just like I said, generally leveling up my character is just, that's the name of the game here. There's a chest thing over here, and this is what you want to do. Get all that stuff. Now you got to fight some of these little creatures again, and then you get to fight the big bad boss, and it's a big son of a bitch. And trust me, I've died a couple times here. It's not one of those, you know, grab the wrong weapon. Now here we go. Here's the boss battle. And you see the mama of these things, by the way. And it's massive. And yes, you have to fight it. Turns into like a Dark Souls thing at this point, with being as big as this thing is. Basically, where that red is in there, that's where he's pretty much weak. You can attack him in other parts, but the best thing to do is try to attack and dodge if all possible. And get in there, get him a couple of times, and get out of there. And it's kind of rough because he does do a couple attacks that are very, very, very difficult to avoid, and will do a ton of damage on you. And you gotta watch that. But he's more or less blind. Like when it's basically bases on instinct more than anything else. You know, and that's one of the things that makes it an interesting boss battle. You hit it, dodging out of the way there. Oh, he got me. See, one swing and I got a quarter of my health was gone. I'm trying to get in it up underneath him sometimes. So I was able to get him in. Dodge out of the way. Woohoo! And he will summon these little bastards. I couldn't get out of the way there. That right there is what damn near kills you. Heal. Gotta get some health back. Poison. Damn. Sucks. And he will guard. Look, I'm almost see. Get stuck in the animation and dead. I mean, look at that. It just sucks, man. It's rough. I mean, I'm playing on easy, and it's like, you know, the thing can 3 shots you and you're done. So when you're pinned up against the wall, it's you really have got to kind of stick and move. And I got hit a couple times, and that's that. Now it does have a very good save system, and I will admit that's what's nice about it. It's got a good checkpoint system, so it's very fair. It put me right back at the boss. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and skip past this point. Oh shit. I'm gonna try to Rambo my way through it. Hurting there. Gotta heal. I'll try to get in here. So you can dodge that if you're quick. You just gotta time it. See how it goes a little slow-mo when it dodges? Tore him up there. So he rammed me and took a ton of my health. Oh shit. Gotta get away from him. And I gotta take a moment to heal. For sure. See? And the boss actually hits his own time, which is interesting that they did bother to do that much. Man. You gotta kind of more or less get in the middle. Man. I heal again. You gotta stay on top of your healing, man. It don't take much. Like I said, in my other save, I've died several times. I mean, several times. Man. Ah. Damn it. Again, he summons these guys. And I'm just, as a precaution, I can always craft more. And there we go. And there you have it. That is the opening of this great, amazing game by Spiders and published by Focus Entertainment called The Technomancer. Pick it up now, $63.59 at your local GameStop or Walmart, Best Buy, wherever games are sold. Thanks for tuning in to the Gaming Roundtable episode 52. This was part 2 of my gameplay of the Technomancer. I'll be back at some point with part 3. And as always, gamers, good fucking gaming.